welcome to an epic, oh yeah, epic freezer meal prep. It is exactly 4:30. I am gonna go grab my meat. I'm gonna bring the meat out, and I'm gonna put something on that towel. Alrighty, so say hi when you jump on, and here's to hoping, really hoping, that the comments will show up. So say hi, let me know you're here. I adjusted settings, so I'm hoping that your comments show up. Where's the beef and the pork? Here it is. I'm bringing out my meat. All right. I gotta get my veggies. All right, let's see if that works. I'm gonna grab more meat. How did I do? All right, so we are prepping 12 meals, but I think it's going to be more than 12 because I got some of the meat at a bulk, you know. All right, hang on. All right, so here's all the meat we need. Oh, let me get veggies. Veggies, and there's more in this fridge. Hang on. So I am doing this all live so that, you know, people wouldn't say, well, yeah, you prepped half of it ahead, that's why it was so easy. Nope, we're gonna do it all right now because I want you to see how easy this is, okay? So veggies are all out, and there's a PTO meeting at 6. The goal is to get all 12 meals prepped and make it back to school for the PTO meeting. What do you think? Yes, no? I don't know. All right, so first things first. The first thing we're going to do is when you do the freezer meal, let me explain that to you. All right, so you sign up for the freezer meal workshop. All right, and you're trying to figure out what it cost. Here's the price breakdown. All right, and I can send that to you. But then you'll get this fabulous little email with me with all of the directions laid out, highlighted, okay? You receive the labels, which we'll be cutting out. You get a list of all of the Epicure seasonings that you need to order or work with me and I can order them for you. And then there's optional seasonings that you can purchase. And then of course you want the skewers or the optional cookware for the day of prep. But what we're concentrating on for today's purposes are those seasonings right there, okay? Next, this you would receive a shopping list and it's broken down. Protein, fresh products, canned, things that would be in the freezer, the liquor store, miscellaneous, and items you probably already have. So I've broken down my shopping list by what I had to go buy, and I did have to buy a couple of the items on here because I was either low or running out. So my cost actually includes some of your staple items. And then this is what we need next. This tells you, so bag 1, it's a regular gallon bag. This is what we're going to put in it, and then that's the seasoning, okay? So this is how this is all going to work. But you're going to do this, or watch me, okay? And when you order all those seasonings, in addition to learning how to do all that, you also get a freezer meal workshop, all right? this is the recipe book, the Bomb Diggity, right? This explains what you need for each bag. And I didn't label them bag 1, bag 2, because if you do these down the road, you might only be doing 1 or 2 meals. So what I did, this is my shopping list, gonna move that out of the way, all right, is they do say bag 1, 2, 1A, whatever, but I also listed what the name of the recipe is so that you can put that on the bag. It tells you what bag, but it also tells you what meal for when you're looking in the recipe book later. In addition to the 14 recipes that we're going to make tonight, there's 12 meals, but we're also doing 2 sauce packets. And I'm guessing my comments are not showing because I see Tanea's on, and Tanea usually says hello. All right, so you're going to cut these apart. And I was going to do this ahead of time, but I didn't want, you know, you to say, oh, look, she said it's so easy, yet, oh, look, she's doing it. So, all right, so I'm just going to cut them. You could even, I mean, you could make labels, but I have found sometimes the labels, when they thaw, they get a little, you know, like worn, you know, from the water. So say hi, let me know. We are doing freezer meal prep. This is probably going to be about an hour long. So I'm just going to stick it on. I use packing tape right over the top. So Asian beef and pineapple. Now this is where I'm going to sort my bags. So that's beef. It's going to go there. All right. And then this is the seasoning that's going to go with that one. And this is barbecue ribs. Because I find that when I'm doing this, all right, 1A, 1B. And now this one says barbecue ribs, bag 2, a 2-gallon bag. So I'm going to pull out the 2-gallon bag from the bottom. All right. Stick that right there. That goes on. All right. And then I'm going to put these side by side. Bag 3. That says 2-gallon bag, so I'm going to set it to the side. All right, so that's pork, but I need that other 2-gallon bag to go with the pork ribs. Okay. And then I just put that right over. So that's pork. I'm just going to set this over there for now. The beefed up shish kebabs is beef. And everything else should be but I just use the packing tape. This is the easiest way I have found. All right, Cali ribs are, I think, beef. And then the grilled chicken kebabs. We have a 6A and a 6B on that one. Okay. So I'm going to start another pile for chicken. And this will just make it easier. Now, you could do this part ahead of time. All right. I purposely didn't do it ahead because I wanted you to see from start to finish what it's like to freezer meal prep. So you get to see right down to cutting labels how long this takes. All right. And I really enjoy doing freezer meal prep because it might be like an hour, hour and a half today, right? Between cutting all the veggies and whatnot. And it might be a little longer because I'm going to be talking to you while I'm doing it, everything. All right. But in the long run, you're going to save time. So say, for instance, how many people, like in the summer, especially in like, even before we get into the heart of summer, as your like graduation and parties and all of that kind of stuff, and people start showing up, or there's people in from out of town, they might just show up, folks, okay? Now, so that's all done, all right? Move my tape out of the way. If I wasn't doing this live, I honestly would have put that away, because I put stuff away as I use it. But since we're doing this together, I'm not. So now all of my bags have the label just on there with packing tape. I'm going to set these to the side somewhere where they won't fall on the floor. Maybe. Okay. Bada bing, bada boom. Now here's the next fun part. All right, there we go. I'm going to grab a couple bowls. How many people have these bowls in their house? I'm going to cut up the onions. Everything I'm doing, this is a skewer freezer meal. I'm going to be cutting everything to be used to be put onto a skewer, okay? So I got one for the mushrooms, and I got one for the peppers and the onion. So I need that. All right, so now the next part is a charm, okay? I'm going to grab my cutting mat. I'm going to grab a knife. Now I'm going to do onions first, okay? Now, the recipes inside the cookbook call for yellow, red onion. What I'm going to tell you is you do you. I love different colored onions on my skewers because I like the looks of them. Anybody else, you know, like the look of different colors, and they each have their own flavor. I have a great little graphic that spotlights or shows you which onion is best and what it's known for, like the flavor or whatever, okay? So if that's something you're interested in, let me know. I'm just grabbing my ooh, my bucket. Now, all I'm going to do is I'm quartering the onions, okay? And just throwing it in the bowl. Because we're going to be doing them for skewers. So I don't want them sliced. I don't want them, you know, then we're going to use them like in a quarter. So I'm just going to do this. So I got white, yellow, and red. I did not get any Bedalias, which usually, I mean, a Bedalia is kind of a yellow, but I didn't get any this time. Okay, but I got yellow and white. And definitely mix up your onion flavors. Because, oh, that's a bad onion. All right, so I got my stuff yesterday. I did a grocery pickup from the store. And then just swung in after a doctor's appointment yesterday and grabbed my groceries. So I didn't even go in the store. Brandy's on. I think I saw Brandy. I don't know if Brandy still does, but she used to do like, you know, the grocery shopping. What's that called? There's a fancy word for it. I don't know. I have drawn a blank, but I just did it through the app and then went and picked it up. After the doctor's appointment, the girl brought it out, and I said, I'll load it. And she goes, are you sure? It's part of the service. And I said, oh my gosh, no, because I don't want you to sit here. And I need to load it in my car a certain way so that when I take it out, when I get home, it's ready to get put away. I don't know about anybody else. Oh, Pat made it. Yay. All right, I'm just getting the skin off. So right now I'm just getting my bowl of onions ready. Okay. So you might be saying, oh, I'm going to prep each meal separately, and you can. But I have found this way works the fastest and the easiest when you're doing prep like this, okay? Because I just dump them in, and then what we're going to have is all of the onions will be ready, all of the mushrooms, all the peppers, everything is ready to rock and roll, okay? So I just throw them in there, and now the red onion's a little big, so I'm just going to cut it in half so that they're not quite so big. So the red onion was quite large. All right, so I'm done with my onions. I'm going to toss them back in my pantry really quick. Some stuff I am going to put away just for the sake of room. So the onions are all done. And let's see if we can kind of mix them up. All right. Because we want all those different flavors. And like I said, when you look at the recipes, it's going to say red or yellow. I did red, yellow, and white. Next, we need mushrooms. Almost all of the recipes, or quite a few of them, call for mushrooms. Snapdragon. I just tossed the mushroom on the floor. All right. Let me give them a mushroom a rinse. All right. So, mushrooms, depending on the size, will be halved or quartered because you don't want them to fall apart on the skewer. Now, this was a higher price point, so some people that were interested, it was too high. So the next freezer meal is going to be less, but I want to encourage you, if you are watching this and you're interested in these meals that I'm going to be making, because I'm going to tell you what they are as we go, let me know, because if you go online and you order all of these seasonings that I'm going to be showing you for the recipes that I'm making, I will email you the recipe book, okay? Or if you've been thinking about having a party, okay, what a great time to have a party, and you could do a freezer meal prep party. And if you said, I want something I can do on the grill, but my price point is probably like $50 to $60 a person, I can go through and figure out a freezer meal that's barbecue or wok or multi-purpose steamer, whichever you want, and I'll put together a menu, a freezer meal workshop for you, and then make the recipe book, and you could have your party. And everybody would order ahead of time before the party, all right, which is kind of fun. So you've already qualified before I show up, and then I would have that description page like I showed you, and everybody would come with their veggies would already be prepped, the meat would already be prepped and labeled in those bags. They would do all of that ahead. The only thing we would do at your house during the party is people would be opening their seasonings and adding it to the bags, okay? So price point, let's talk price point. If you could, in the comments, I'm not seeing them, but which might be even better, let me know how much you spent for a family of 4 to go to dinner most recently, eating out, or even just making dinner for a regular night. What did it cost for 4 of you to eat? Put it in the comments. The cost of 4 people eating. All right, so now my mushrooms are cut. Now we're going to do our peppers. I really wish I could see your comments. All right, so this particular meal, okay, with, I went to BJ's and Aldi's, But, you know, if you did it as a party, I would make sure you got the list. But you know you're going to be able to get it, you know, if you know a few weeks ahead, you can start watching sales and stuff. I did not because I was doing mine around my work schedule. All right. And I've been pretty busy. So I priced them. I still sat and went through the sales ads for the weekend to see who had what the cheapest. So I still did that. And on a given weekend, I may have, you know, like traveled and said, oh, it's a little cheaper here. It's a little cheaper here. But because I was, you know, on the fly, I didn't do that so much. And I have more than what I need, okay? Just want you to know, I have more than what I'm going to need for these meals. So in my cost that I'm telling you, I want you to know that I also got veggies for salads and lunches for the rest of the week. All right, so that's not just my freezer meal prep. My total for 4 people for dinner, all right, or you and one other person for leftovers or lunch the next day. Because I always say with Epicure, it's cook once, eat twice. And that is really half the fun. Because less time in the kitchen and more time with your kids, more time with your family around the table. And that's what's important, okay? That's what we're missing. All right, so what was the highest amount that anybody said they spent for like 4 people to have dinner? And if you gave me a price, let me know. Is that like your eating at home price, or is that the going out to dinner price? All right, so you notice I'm leaving these in big chunks because these are going to go on skewers, so you don't want baby pieces, all right? And I'm not really that worried about the seeds. I am going to soak them, but don't stress, people. All right, this is supposed to be fun. Sample the peppers. Sample the mushrooms. If you're really wild, sample the mushrooms, the onions, okay? So I'm just going to fill these in my bowl. And I saw that Pat's on, so she probably knows what I'm going to do with them when they're in the bowl while I go to do my next step. So this is, I mean, I hope you're finding that right now, or you may be watching and going, oh my goodness, this is too much. I couldn't do this. But I want you to not be afraid to do freezer meal prep. That's why I'm doing it live. That's why I made sure that I kind of went a little cray-cray, and that's my word of the day, like cray-cray. All right, so I'm just going to put a little vegetable produce wash on there. All right, and mine is an organic, and if any gets left on, it's not going to hurt my produce. All right, so I am using the Young Living. So what I'm going to do is just fill my bowl with water. Okay, so those are going to soak. I'm going to let the one flow over into the other one. The onion water flows into the peppers. Who cares? Keep it real, all right? Because we are prepping. Prepping, not stressing. This is what I'm talking about. All right, so now to give you the price point. So, I obviously can't drain water and talk. I don't know. Hang on. I can't drain vegetables after rinsing them and talk at the same time, I guess. I guess there's worse things. All right, so, and then I have a bag, because something calls for carrots. I bought them already all shaved so that I didn't have to do it. All right, I am going to stick my mat in there, soap up my hands. All right, so a dinner, I'm going to grab another cutting mat. Okay, a dinner for 4 divided by 12 meals. If we only make 12 meals, but I guarantee you I'm going to be making more than 12 because I bought extra meat and such. All right. Now, was $22.87 a meal. So for 4 people, it would be $22.87 if, okay, I don't make 4 meals. If I make only the 12 plus the 2 sauces that are in this recipe bundle, then it would be $22.87 for the entire meal. By 2 people, that's what? $11.42.5, right? 43 cents per person. That's cheaper than going to McDonald's, folks. Okay, I'm going to take this off. Now, this is where we go next. And it's hard to see because this light's behind. So it says bag 1 is going to get 2 pounds of sirloin cubed, 1 zucchini cut into slices, pineapple chunks, drain the juice into bag 1B, and some olive oil. And then these are the seasonings that are going to go in. What I'm going to tell you is, the recipe says to cut my sirloin steak. I'm not cutting my sirloin steak because I don't know if I want to have it as a steak or as a kebab. So I am going to leave it as a whole steak. All right. I'm still labeling it Asian beef and pineapple kebabs, but I might keep it as a steak. All right. So in bag 1, I need 2 pounds of a sirloin steak. Now what I'm going to do, I have all of my meat is out here. The breathing is not germs. It is, all right. So these are really nice cuts. All right, so I'm going to just open that up. So I'm just going to put my 2 pound sirloin in my bag. All right. I'm just going to drop it in here like that, because that's one of my sirloin steaks. All right, my next sirloin is in bag, hang on, bag 3. So I'm going to grab bag 3, which I have them grouped by beef. So this is also a 2 pound sirloin. It calls for it to be cubed, but like I told you, I'm not going to cube it. Because what if, when I get to that point, I decide I don't want a kebab. I want a steak because we're having a dinner or something. All right, so I'm going to leave it as a steak, and then I'll cube it that night if that's what I end up deciding that we're going to eat. All right, the next bag with a sirloin steak is bag 8. But if you knew that you're going to use these as kebabs, by all means, bag 8, where are you? I lost bag 8, hang on. Bag 8, where are you? I'm going through my beef bags and I've lost bag 8. 4, 11, 9, 9, 7. Oh, no, that's not. 6, 6, 6A, 6B. Hang on. We did something. There may be a blunder. Bag 8, did I do? Bag 3, bag 1B. Bag 8. Bag 8 and bag 10 I need. Bag 8 and bag 10. Oh, I see what I did. See, I found a boo-boo, which I kind of figured. But that's why I'm doing this first by myself, before I do it with anybody. Because if there's an error, I'm finding it on my own. So, because I did this, and I haven't had time to have a set of eyes look at it. So these steaks are much smaller. So, now this is where it's going to get fun, because this is the one I need. All right, bag 10, bag 8. I think I decided not to do chicken, maybe. I don't know. We're going to just wing it. All right. I need a freezer bag. All right, so I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to do bag 8 beef. Because the other one is chicken. All right, so that one's 2 steaks, all right? Yeah, just throw this away. Definitely order too much steak. You know, if you can't be me, I don't even know what to tell you. All right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this Asian beef kebabs. Oh, this one. What's 1A, 1B? All right. So I am going to make a little change. I'm going to put 3 in here. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Are you guys enjoying this? And this is why I'm like, ooh, all right. And I'll be going back and watching this video to see where I might have made mistakes. Okay. So I'm definitely going to have 2 extra meals already. So I'm already to 14 based on the price I have. Okay. Because what I'm going to do after I get them in these bags. All right, so there's my beef. I'll just write on these when I get to that point, all right? Here we go. So what I'm going to do, give my hands a rinse there, and then I already know, I have other seasonings up here that may or may not be in the catalog anymore that I am going to be using to use them up to season some of my my foods here, okay? And I thought I had it. I moved some stuff around because. So this is how it goes, folks. Keeping it real, and I hope your comments are coming in. So this one is going to be carne asada, all right? And it's 6, 10, 24, all right? And then this one is going to be banh mi. I love the banh mi. I don't think it's in the catalog anymore. If it is, I apologize. But, so we're going to do that. Now, this is where it's going to get fun. So I'm just going to move these seasonings over here for now. And then I'm just going to take all of my steak bags over here. All right? Sit, boo-boo, sit. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is the chicken and get the chicken in the bags. All right? Chicken. And you can cut it up ahead of time. Some of these I am going to, because I know I will do the kebabs. Pork. All right. So now I have my bags. All right, they're right here. What I'm going to do is put my chicken into the bags. Some of these I'm going to cut. One one of them is chicken thighs. Which bag is chicken thighs? Chicken thigh, where are you, chicken thigh? Bag 9A is the chicken thigh. All right, 9A. So that's the sticky sesame chicken kebabs. All right, so that is chicken thighs. So I am just going to get rid of these from my free-range chickens. All right. And these are a boneless, skinless thigh. All right. And I am kind of opening them up because I want to be able to, when I season them, I want all of the seasoning to get in there. Okay. And if it stays all curled up, it's not going to get all that great flavor. All right. So. All right. And somebody else might be saying, oh my gosh, you're so like all over the place. I probably am. And it's just okay with me. All right. So that's 9A. The chicken thighs only gets, you know, I'm going to put that in. Because the chicken thighs, the only thing I need is olive oil and the sesame ginger. Okay. So I need 2 tablespoons of the sesame ginger. So this, I love this dressing, right? So I'm going to put it in and sprinkle it over. Okay. I do not know what has my dog so upset. All right, and I'm just going to do that and stick this over to the side. And then a little olive oil. Now this is where I don't even know what it calls for. I'm not going to measure, okay? That's about what I'm doing. That's all I got for you, all right? And then I'm just going to seal it. I'm going to press the air out. Finish sealing it. And this one is ready to go in the freezer, okay? And then I like to put them on a sheet pan, or you can put them on the table. But if it's on here, then it's easy for me to carry it into the other room. So I'm just going to set that right there. So that one's done. Let's just be done with the chicken thighs. And that is, did I tell you even what it was that I made? Sticky sesame chicken kebabs, all right? Oh, I didn't put the meat in. Oh, the veggies in. Oh my gosh. See, I'm starting to go scatterbrained. I need to not worry about the clock. So I'm just going to throw a little peppers. The recipe does not call for the peppers and the onions, which is why I told you, like, I just have it here. But I really like veggies on my kebabs. All right, so I'm just going to throw those in there. And then I'm going to season it, close it back down. Need to remember my vegetables. Okay. And I get all the air out and make sure it seals. That's the key. Make sure it seals, okay? All right, so now I'll put it on my tray. Bada bing, bada boo, get this kid out of my room. All right, so our first sirloin, let's just do it this way because I'm so scattered. All right, so our first one is for an Asian beef and pineapple kebab. Now we need to open the pineapple, but we're going to save the juice. All right, we're not putting it in with the roast. It's going in another bag. So we're putting the juice from the pineapple in bag 1B. All right. But we're going to put the pineapple in with the roast, or in the sirloin. or want to eat all the pineapple. One or the other. All right. And then it also gets zucchini. Now, for the zucchini, I have zucchini in my freezer. I did not pull it out ahead because I wanted it to stay frozen. All right. So we're also going to put the zucchini in here. And last time I prepped all my bags and then we added all the seasonings, which was the original plan for tonight. But since no one had signed up, I am going to opt to be able to do something with my family Friday rather than making it a two-parter. So we're kind of throwing it all together. It's 5:10. Oh my gosh. All right. So there's my zucchini. All right. Oh, me versus the zucchini one. All right. So there's my zucchini and my pineapple. I'm going to add my seasoning. Okay. Anybody like, I wish I could see your comments because you're probably saying, Lisa, you're a space cadet. We're going to use the Asian stir fry or the sesame ginger or a tablespoon of each. So I am doing a tablespoon of each because I think they both add their own set of distinct flavor. Okay. So I am doing one of each. And when you do this, you're going to have seasonings left over. I may or may not because my jars are all open. All right. And then what I'm going to do for the sake of what we're doing, I am going to add just some of my olive oil into this big pitcher so that I can just pour it in. All right, I don't have to worry about possibly contaminating my whole jar. All right, so there's that one. We're going to seal it up, get the air out. And if you want to cut your meat into the pieces ahead, you can, because it is a skewer freezer meal. But I know me, sometimes I don't want the skewer, I'm going to want a steak. So that's what I'm doing. You do you, I'll do me, and we'll both be happy. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. All right, so now beefed up shish kebab is bag 3. So we need green peppers, red onions. Oh, we didn't finish bag 1. Let's do this. So this has the juice. Then we need soy sauce. I use liquid aminos because it has less sodium. I'm not measuring, again. And olive oil. And that way, when you take out the Asian pineapple and beef kebabs, you're already going to have the sauce part to cook it in is already going to be right there, and it's labeled bag 2, you know. So this one I'm going to just lift up. I have learned kind of set that on the side for now. There we go. So now bag 3 is a beefed up shish kebab. So it has the sirloin, olive oil, green peppers, onion, and mushroom, okay? And the seasoning is 2 tablespoons of Montreal steak, and then it's peppers and or salt and pepper to taste, but I'll do that when I cook it. So, yeah, I don't know. Probably was not 2 teaspoons. I think it was more, but guess what? I just don't care. Throw in some onions, all right? Throw in some peppers. Again, there is no science here, folks, okay? We are just winging it. All right, you got that? Just wing it. Now, because the vegetables are in here too, the only thing you're going to need that night for dinner is if you're having a rice or a potato or something like that. But otherwise, everything is in here and ready to go. And then, okay, so there's my beefed up shish kebab. I'm going to put it over here in my pile. All right, the next one was bag 10, teriyaki beef and mushroom kebabs. And I'm just flipping behind the scenes here, finding the bag number. Olive oil, honey, soy sauce. So, olive oil, soy sauce. All right, I'm going to put that down. Honey. And there are amounts on here so that you don't get scared. Like, all right, you're just like wingdinging things here, lady. Yeah, there are amounts so that you can follow the directions. I just really don't care. And then this one only calls for mushrooms. All right, this is just a mushroomy one because it's teriyaki beef and mushroom. All right, so there we go. Throw those mushrooms in. And then, what seasoning do you think we need on these teriyaki beef and mushrooms? Ding, 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 ding. You got it. Teriyaki, 2 tablespoons. This one's brand new. Oh. All right. So I need 2 tablespoons. And mine is an old jar, just so you know. Yours will not do this when you get it. I had one left from last year, so that's what I'm using for my freezer meal. All right, I'm going to stick that over there. So that's the bada bing, bada boom. We're going to seal it up. Get all that air out. And then, massage that around. I'm going to set this over on the tray. And I will show you my crazy tray when we're done. Okay. So that you can see like what I'm doing back here. All right, so the next one are our bonus ones. All right, so just because I'm going to do a little oil, a little soy, and this one I am going to add a little vinegar. All right, I'm going to do apple cider vinegar. And then I'm going to do the carne asada, which I stuck over here. All right. Okay. Again, this is another one of mine from last year because it has a little kick to it. So, and this was our second jar, and I almost didn't open it at the end of the season because I said we're not going to use it because I only use it when we're grilling. Okay. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, so, and then just kind of massage that meat around, or the sauce around on the meat. So now this is a +1 meal, right? Because, well, I didn't go shopping for my groceries. I did the pickup like I told you. So I had selected whatever size, because it says, oh, it's between a 3 and a 5 pound steak. All right, well, I needed 8 pounds, so I had to make sure I had at least 8, and if they were 2 pounds, I needed 4 of them. And of course, they were all large packages. All right. So this one is the banh mi, which is a Vietnamese flavor. If you have this in your cupboard, get it out, baby. This is one of my favorites, the banh mi. So these last two are bonus ones, all right? All right, I'm just going to toss in some onions, some peppers, a handful of mushrooms, all right? And then I'm just going to seal it up. And now we're going to do our chicken. Are you guys having fun yet? I really hope the comments are blowing up right now because I can't see anything. But I hope you're enjoying and blowing up my comments to make me have to really, really work later. All right, so next, are you ready? The chicken kebabs. Now, some of these I'm going to cut, some I'm going to just toss in. You just never know. This one, we had chicken for dinner last night, so it's open. If you watched our weekly Sizzling at 6, I did do General Tso chicken, which my husband was laughing because he said, you know, people are going to think the only thing we eat is General Tso chicken. Which, well, you know, it is a fan favorite here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut these into strips. And these are about a 1 to 1.5 pound breast. So I'm going to do 2 breasts to a package. I may cube them, or when I do the skewers, I might just twist them onto the skewer like that. I haven't decided. So, but I want to make sure more flavor gets around the chicken. So I'm going to make sure that it's sliced, okay? So they're about 1.5 pounds, so I got about 3 pounds. The first one is a grilled chicken and veggie kebab. So we're just going to toss that in here. All right. And I'm just going to set that chicken to the side. And then the next one is a grilled chicken. Hang on, we don't need that. Ugh. All right, hang on. Grab the wrong bag. All right. So, yeah. How are we doing here? Okay. I'm really hoping you guys are having fun watching this chaos in the kitchen. All right, so now we need another chicken breast. That one was a little small. So we'll see. That was probably only like 1 pound. And again, the same thing with this chicken, because they said it would be a 3 to 6 pound package. I'm like, all right, that's not even close. Like, that's 2 different measurements. 3 to 6. Now, 3 to 4, I can understand. 3 to 5.5, no. But that's only increasing our price point. So these are Cali ribs. This is not the right bag. It's not that over there. Okay. Teriyaki chicken kebabs. All right. So I'm going to do all the chicken first and then wash my hands and then touch the veggies. All right. And now we're going to do... Is anybody having fun? What are you guys doing tonight anyway? We have a PTO meeting. That's what I'm hoping to do. But we may not be done. So I might be an overachiever. Started at 4:30. It's almost 5:30. So thank you for sticking with me. You could go eat dinner and come back, right? But I just wanted people to know we did this together. If Iris or Alice are on, or either one of you watching, would you put in the comments, they did my freezer meal workshop last month, 2 months ago. And we had so much fun. We laughed a lot. And it was just a fun time. This one's a sticky sesame chicken kebab. Okay. We did. We had a blast. So much fun. And what I think was even more fun for me was after the fact. So, was every time they took something out of their freezer and they would call me and say, oh my gosh, and they'd send me pictures and say, we made blah, blah, blah tonight for dinner. It was so good. I loved that because they were sharing their dinners with me for the next month. And if I pulled one out, I would share, and we had a little group chat going for the people that went, so the 3 of us. And we're like, oh my gosh, I haven't tried that one yet. I really need to try it, that kind of stuff. We're kind of like a freezer meal family now. So not only is doing the freezer meal prep as a party fun or help you earn a free products, it's also just hysterical and fun. And you build relationships around food with people that, you know, you might invite to your party. And do you ever have your friends that you're like, oh my gosh, we need to stay in touch? And, you know, you get together for the party and everybody says, oh, it was so much fun, we need to stay in touch. But nobody does, right? By doing the freezer meal party through a workshop like that, you guys stay in touch, because then each time you're making a dinner or a meal, you reach out to your friends and say, oh my gosh, have you made the Santa Fe chicken skewers yet? Because that's what I'm cutting right now, is for the Santa Fe chicken skewers. And they'll be like, no, but I did do, what's another one? Teriyaki chicken kebabs. Oh my gosh, they were so good. Or, oh, I wasn't in the mood for kebabs, so I just tossed my chicken and my vegetables into my Epicure wok, and I whipped them up and cooked some rice in my multi-purpose steamer, and dinner was done. It's that easy. It honestly is this easy, okay? So here's our chicken all prepped. I have some left. I want to make sure. I believe these are all extra, but I don't want to make a mistake, so hang on. Washing my hands. I want to make sure there's no more chicken, okay? Cali ribs, grilled chicken, veggie kebabs, barbecue ribs, braised pork ribs, Cali ribs, bag 5. Look at, I'm good. So every time I'm saying like a bag, I'm going to my list and finding my stuff, okay? All right, so I am done with chicken. So here's the good part. I have breast left, so I am going to stick that in the soapy water. Have you noticed the pattern here? Okay, I'm going to grab another mat. Okay, grabbing another mat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put those chickens whole in a bag. And this time I'm going to do a Montreal chicken because I have some left. All right, so Montreal chicken, 6, 10, 24. And I'm just going to stick them in here. All right. I'm going to do 3 breasts, just because that's what's left in this one package. And tomorrow is garbage day, so this was all strategically planned. Okay. And this is the Montreal chicken. Which, love the Montreal chicken. It is so absolutely delicious. Okay. Throwing it in there. As you can see, there's absolutely no precision or like science to my madness here. Okay. And I am going to do a little vinegar because I just really like vinegar. I like the rice vinegar, and I keep forgetting to get some when I go to the store. All right, so I'm gonna rub that in, and so that's a third bonus dinner we have now. All right, so we're at +3 for dinners. Are you keeping track? All right, so now let's fill our chicken bags. All right, so sesame ginger chicken kebabs. So what I got? Bag 6, We'll do it this way. 6, 8, 9, 10, or 11. All right. So first up is the grilled chicken, veggie, and kebabs. Olive oil and vinegar. That's the grilled chicken and veggies. The next one, sesame ginger, is, all right, so we're going to do it this way. Olive oil and vinegar. Olive oil. Olive oil. Olive oil. Olive oil. They all need that. That part's the same. All right, so this one is olive oil and vinegar. Again, I am not measuring. It is going to be fine. It is fine. Everything is just fine. The next one is olive oil, soy sauce, and vinegar. Okay. The next bag is sesame oil. Okay. So sesame oil. And some soy sauce. And then the final bag of chicken is soy sauce and olive oil. So that's done. All right, so bada bing, bada boom. Now we're going to add our vegetables. The first bag isn't getting any vegetables, but it is getting fajita seasoning. So let's grab the fajita. And it needs 2 tablespoons. All right. Hey gosh, look at everything is like all over the place. All right, and that bag is done. And it's veggie kebabs. We're putting veggies in there, by golly. Oh, there's another bag, 6B. Hang on. All right, we'll do that. So that's all that's going in this one. It's done. Bag 8 is 2 tablespoons of the sesame ginger. All right. That one's done. Now the next one, the sticky sesame chicken kebabs, is sesame ginger again. And the teriyaki kebabs, take a guess. It's teriyaki. Are you guys like loving this yet? Or am I stressing you out? Because some people, if you don't measure, people have told me I completely stress them out because I don't measure. And then the teriyaki chicken, we're doing the teriyaki chicken and Montreal steak, which we have out. It's going to be a mix of both. Not much left in there. I'll just throw it in there. All right. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. And then it has red pepper chili. All right. So now, I know if you are like into, you might be saying, oh my gosh, this is so crazy, Lisa. You like have completely lost your mind. Hello. I lost my mind a long time ago, folks. All right. And then make sure I have everything else in all of my bags. Now we're just going to add our vegetables. So we have a teriyaki chicken kebab, a sticky sesame chicken kebab, a sesame ginger kebabs, and a grilled chicken and veggie kebab. All right, all different seasonings. Some are the same. The oils are different. Then you're just going to take a handful of your vegetables. All right, when you order all these seasonings and you're like, oh yeah, send me the recipe book, you're gonna be like, Lisa is a wingding. She just like throws stuff in a bag, right? But hello, it's kebabs. And you may not even decide to do a kebab. You might decide to toss them in your wok or your saute pan and just wing it for the night. And guess what? That is so okay too. All right. So look at, we're just kind of throwing some stuff in, and then we're going to throw our onions. Everything is ready to go on your Epicure skewers if you decide, or to go in the stir fry. It's whichever you want, okay? You can't go wrong. Then we're just going to seal these up, place them over in the back, and put them on that pan. Get all the air out. Massage your meat. Massaging your meat is very important, in case you didn't know. I'm going to need another pan. All right. So these are looking fabuloso. Okay. And my husband at first was like, I can't believe you're like, whatever. So we are already up to 14 meals that are prepped. Okay, that will be prepped when we're done. And that's if I have nothing else extra. Okay, now, make sure those bags seal. Massage the meat, lay it flat. But laying it flat anymore is not really working. You should see my stove behind me. All right, so hope you're having comments. Ask questions. I see a couple of my friends are on. So if you have a question about seasonings, or don't ask them like how flippin' crazy is Lisa, because that's just not nice. All right, so then we also have a bonus bag for another seasoning. Ooh, what should we do for this one? Oh, it's Santa Fe. Hang on. It's bag 7. I didn't grab it. It's a good thing I have this sheet right here. Oh, this is the one with the tequila. All right, so this is bell peppers. Give it the rest of the peppers. Onions. Okay. Olive oil. Get some more olive oil. Is everybody having fun? I hope there's like 50 viewers and 20,000 comments. I'm probably on here all by myself, which, you know, that's okay. I won't take it personally. All right, so, and then boneless, the chicken, olive oil, tequila, peppers, onions, taco, and margarita. So, I had to go to the store and bought some tequila. Tequila. All right. Calls for 2 tablespoons. That works. All right. So maybe it's not 2 tablespoons, whatever. All right. So we have our tequila in there too. Yeah, baby. Whoop, whoop. Taco and margarita I need. All right. I'm out of margarita, which is the reason we're using tequila, right? We need 2 tablespoons of taco, which I don't have that much left in there, so we'll just finish it. Hello, no measuring. You can do this. I'm out of the strawberry margarita, but if you order, you'd be ordering online. And I looked in my dips and in my drinks. So I'm going to use the rest of my pina colada because, well, I can't. All right. Okay, let's see. All right, what we're going to do, I'm going to give it a seal. Tequila smells good. All right. And we're just going to kind of mix that around, get that really, you know, yum, yum. See, I don't really like touching chicken and raw meat, but when it's in the bag, so it doesn't bother me at all. All right, so there we go. And then everything's labeled. Put it over here in my pile again. All right, the pile is crazy huge right now. All right, throw that in my whatcha-jiggy. Now, let's do some meat. You ready? All right, the Cali ribs, bag 5, is cauliflower, olive oil, and soy sauce. So, olive oil. Oh, I gotta get some more soy sauce. Hang on. And again, I use liquid aminos because it has less sodium. That's about how I measure. And then I just bought some pretty cauliflower. It comes in different colors. And you always eat with your eyes first. So I did the colorful cauliflower. And I laughed because it's probably not as healthy for you because there's probably a dye in it or something. But doesn't it look pretty? And then, gosh, I should have just used this. Was not thinking. This is my broccoli, the last of my garden, I think, from last year. I just used that bag. That was so foolish of me. So, putting that in there. And then I need fajita, teriyaki, and some more red pepper jelly. So, some red pepper jelly. That's the last one using it, so we'll just stick that in there. All right. I told you, just a wing in it here. And teriyaki fajita. Fajita. Oh, there's not that much left. Can you guess what we're doing? Yep, wasn't that much left. We're just putting it in. The fajita and teriyaki. Where are you, Terry? Here you are, Terry. All right. And then this is just for my cauliflower. Bada bing, bada boom. Stick that there. And then it does not call for this, but I am adding, because I just think with those flavors, a little honey. Okay. All right, so who have I completely stressed out? So we are doing freezer meal prep 101 here, folks. All right. Having some fun. This is just the cauliflower and the broccoli that go on the side of one of my meals. All right, that's done. Stick it there so it doesn't fall. All right, next up, let's get our ribs. So the first one up is our spare ribs, and they are a 2-gallon bag of spare ribs. All right, so bag 2 is a 2-gallon bag and 4 pounds of spare ribs. All right, let's stick that there. My flank steak. It says 4 pounds, and this is way more than flipping 4. 6. Oh well. Cut and get that air in there. All right, so, and I'm using my Epicure scissors, which are amazing. Okay. All right. I hate Romy. So, here we are, prepping away. Prep, prep, prep. Hey, hey, hey. We're gonna put this, okay, into this 2-gallon bag. We're going to move this nastiness over to the garbage. And I think I'll have to get between the bones here. I am like not a butcher, okay? Hey, look, I got between the bones. All right, so here's one. The recipe is for 4 pounds, but they gave me 6.5 pounds, so that's what we're going to use. My father, if he's watching, he's going, oh my gosh, she's killing the ribs. All right, so here we go. I'm going to put them in. Put them in here. Ugh. Ugh. Gross. All right. Let me smile. See, I'm smiling. All right. It's a fake smile. All right. That's fabulous. Okay. So for the ribs, What goes in the rib bag? Zucchini. Oh no, wrong bag. Bag 2. Bag 2, Lisa. Onion. I'll have to cut one. Ketchup, Worcestershire sauce. So, and I am, honestly, I'm just going to do this. Are you ready? If you want to be fancy, by all means, measure it all out, whip it up in a bowl. Not happening here in Keeping It Real Land. And Keeping It Real Land, we're wingdinging it. All right. Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire. I went to the store for this, which was fun. My cousin was in line in front of me. And she said, yeah, I'm getting stuff for dinner. She had a tomato. I said, so am I. So she goes, well, what are you making? So we started talking about, you know, what we're each making, because she had one tomato. I had Worcestershire sauce and molasses. So she's like, oh, aren't we a pair? And then we need fajita, sea salt. Fajita and sea salt. And I think fajita is what I just used the last of. But, don't worry. I'm out. Snapdragons. So these ribs, they're going to be barbecue ribs, but they're not going to be fajita ribs because, well, I'm out of fajita. So we're going to use something different. And I'll never open the recipe book, so it really doesn't matter. Because I won't. I'm just being honest with you. I won't even open the recipe book. Because that's who I am. What do I got here? Oh, how about a maple miso? Oh, that'd be good. All right. With what's in there, I think the maple miso would be good. And I really need to use up my older ones. Because they're not a good selling thing, right? So there we go. Actually, I'm going to do... because this is last year, so I'm just going to order more. So I'm going to do this. Bada bing, bada boom. Put it in soapy water. And then I'm going to seal it up. And it's that easy, folks. I don't know. I really hope somebody is watching. Oh, I didn't put the onion in. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Let's stick that there. So that one's done. All right, so next up is let's see, I need a bag. I need a bag. Braised pork ribs and a flank steak. All right. So the flank steak is bag 12. All right, so here's my bag for my flank steak. Here's my flank steak. Can I tell you, I didn't know what a flank steak was? Don't judge. Keeping it real here. I had no idea. So, like, I had to look it up. Flank steak. Like, I didn't even know if it was a real thing. Like, well, it has to be, or the recipe wouldn't ask for a flank steak. It must be something. So, here we go. There's my flank steak. First, we'll set that there. And then we need pork ribs in a 2-gallon bag. All right, so here's my pork ribs. Here are my pork ribs. Can you, like, look at how messy this is. All right. Do you see how well my Epicure knife just went through all that? All right, so I'm going to take my pork ribs and just slide them in this bag. All right, I'm going to get rid of that garbage. Oh my gosh, so much bloody meat. I can't even. All right. Oh my gosh. All right, so the braised pork ribs are bag 4. 3, 2, 1. 4. All right, they get vinegar, ketchup, water. All right, I'm going to do something. Hang on, folks, because I'm done with that knife. Put that in the soapy water. Put this in the soapy water. Put those in the soapy water. I need to get some space. Let's There we go. I need some space. I'm going to grab another mat because I don't have time to clean my counter. Bada bing. Ha! Look at that. All right, so there's my braised porks. There we go. And this is bag 4. So I need ketchup. All right, ketchup, vinegar, brown sugar, molasses. Ooh. Brown sugar and molasses. And I think I'm going to have enough molasses. Yay! I went and bought another one just in case. Okay. Molasses. It's all going in here, so we're just going to set it here to lean on this bowl for a minute. All right. Well, the molasses runs out. We need brown sugar. Look, I'm going to make the PTO meeting, not in person, but virtually. I already want these. These ones are already like, looking pretty good. 4. And then this one needs taco and honey mustard. So I'm going to use my sweet and spicy because that's what I have. We don't have that anymore, so I'm just really teasing you of something you can't have. Not very nice, huh? But I'm also doing like hashtag use it up for some of my stuff. All right. Then the soapy water. And get all the molasses out. Okay. That's a mess. All right, let's do this. Bada bing, bada boom. And I need taco seasoning. I'm going to kind of rub all that around a little bit. All right, so 4 is taco, fajita, and honey mustard. I'm out of fajita, but we have taco. And I have the taco that was in the containers, or in the bags, that I still have some left. So I'm not going to open a new taco because I don't want to waste this taco. All right. Taco. And since I'm not doing the fajita, I'm just going to double my taco because, well, I can. All right. What I want to tell you is if you have learned nothing else yet, that freezer meal prepping does not have to be scary. You don't have something, you just wing it. But my favorite part is when it's 90 and hot, and I don't want to go to the store, and I don't want to do anything. I don't have to. I'm just going to be able to go to the freezer and pull something out. So the last thing we have left is our flank steak. And that gets olive oil and soy sauce. We're just going to use up what's in there. Okay, olive oil, soy sauce, and Montreal steak. What did I do? Oh, I used it. That's right. So I'm going to use my Montreal chicken because I'm out of Montreal steak. I'm going to use it all. All right. What do you, are you guys like laughing? I hope somebody is laughing. Asian stir fry. And, oh, red pepper jelly. I used all my red pepper jelly, so guess what? It's not getting red pepper jelly. Am I going to panic? Goodness, no. All right. I just want you to know that some people take this stuff seriously, and then there's me. Okay? So, here we go. Rub it on. Now, here's the best part. Are you ready? So, I am going to move, I put this here. I'm going to set these over here for a minute. Put this towel down, just in case. Are you ready? So we have, and it's 6 o'clock, so we did this in about an hour and a half. Santa Fe chicken skewers, sesame ginger chicken kebabs, grilled chicken and veggie kebabs. All right. Montreal chicken. Banh mi steak. Carne asada steak. Teriyaki beef and mushroom kebabs. Beef up shish kebab. Oh, you guys can't even see me. Sorry about that. Let me slide you over a little. That was very rude. Asian beef and pineapple kebabs. Sticky sesame chicken kebabs. Cauliflower and broccoli mix. Teriyaki chicken kebabs. Sticky sesame chicken kebabs. We have braised pork ribs, a teriyaki flank steak, and barbecue ribs. All right. Plus, I made General Tso chicken using chicken from this same order last night for dinner. So let's add up how many dinners that is. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 meals. I didn't even figure out that price. So for less than $18 for dinner for 4 per meal, and we did it all in an hour and a half. Oh! If you are interested in the seasonings so that you don't have to modify and use ones that, you know, supplement, let me know. I can send you the recipe book after you place your order of the seasonings. If you need help ordering, please let me know. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching this crazy live freezer meal prep video. I will be posting it to YouTube so that everybody knows how crazy I am, and you can share it with your friends and family that may not be in the group. But until that happens, invite your friends to this group so they're not missing anything. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you, and happy meal prepping. I will post a picture once it's in the freezer. It's time to go to the PTO meeting virtually. I'm so glad they offer that option. So feel free to watch